This is Rick, and today we're doing something totally different. We're not camping, it's not really an adventure, but it's fixing the rig. I'm starting on repairing the damage that the deer did the other night when I was trying to stealth camp. I was going down a country road and two doe jumped out and just smashed this. Pushed the bumper in here, destroyed the grill, destroyed the light and the turn signal. The hood is still okay, but we're gonna take things apart. I have parts. Here's the grill. This will be the new grill that goes in here. It's a painted grill, so I've ordered the correct color paint and I'll be painting it, and I'll take you along through this process. It's probably gonna be a couple different videos on this because we're also gonna take the cap off the bed and we're gonna take the bed off the truck and we're gonna paint those too. So this is part one of the F-150 build. So this summer, I had an opportunity to get some extra parts for the truck. And I know people ask me, well, why are you doing that? You don't need any of those. So, well, I'll keep them around in case I hit a deer. I have a hood. I have a complete grill. I have a left front fender. I have a bumper. And I have some other shroud parts that are up there also. Guess what I did? I hit a deer and I need them. All right, got my heater going back there. We got to take off this cover here because I want to be able to get down in here real good. It's got to come off for the grill, but these little things, they just unscrew, and there's quite a few of them. I had this out when I replaced the engine, but you just kind of undo these things, but they literally just pop right up and come out. You don't want to lose them, so I'm putting them over here in the corner of my drawer. Get all these out here and this will pop right off. All right, we got these out, and so as we lift them up, you'll see they're gonna fall out. So the best thing to do is to just grab a hold of them. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This back here will just pop off and we'll get those. And then that'll fall down underneath the truck for safe storage. I don't think you're working on a vehicle unless something falls underneath and you have to get extra exercise doing that. So that comes right off there. We need to take out these fasteners around here. There's a couple up underneath here. And then this simply clips in right down here. You can see on this grill right here has some slide-in fasteners. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get those all out right now. Someday I'll replace my cordless drill. All I have is this old one right now. And it sounds so healthy. Okay, on this side, I gotta take these lights out. So in order to get the rest of the grill off. Okay, down in here for this corner light is a Torx bit, which is the star style bit. Hope you can see that. We'll be getting that out. So what I'm using here is a simple T-handle, 1/4-inch drive, with the Torx bit on it. And this is a T15, Torx 15. It's just stuck in there. Okay, so that's all there is on that one. It's got some guide pins here. this light actually survived. See if I can get this off without, I got a rooster in the garage here. See if I can get this off without breaking. All right. All right, there we go. The grill is off, and I tucked my tool away underneath the truck, safe with the other fastener, so I don't lose them. One of these basically looks kind of just like a little pry bar with a spoon end. Works really good for push type fasteners. You just go between whatever it is that's pushed together. And twist. So y'all keep hearing noise in the background. This is my little hen. And that's her rooster over there, but he ran from me. He didn't want to be caught. Okay, on your light here, I've never had one of these lights out before, but there's this little fasteners thing here. And so what we're gonna do is, right there is a little tab that you gotta push, and it pulls it right out. You gotta lift up then, and it releases things in here, and the light will come right out. It appears that my header did get damaged. Right here is a crack, and this is cracked and crunched. I have an extra header, so I think I'm just gonna change it. Okay, I know this is gonna be a little bit loud, so I'm gonna speak up a little bit. I got the air compressor going. We're gonna take the header panel off. I got my air ratchet here, and I've actually adapted it down because I didn't have a small enough 3/8 drive, so we're going to a 1/4 inch. There's no point in taking the lights out if I'm taking the header panel off. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, I've taken loose the fasteners for the header panel here. So now I'm working on getting this loose fastener down below. And the header panel is off. This did get tweaked a little bit, but not bad. Hopefully, I can see the fenders bulged here a bit, but maybe getting some tension off of that will help to let that come back around. If not, I have another fender. We're going to work on getting the bumper off, and this is a big socket here, 21 millimeter. And so go right down in here. I don't have enough room to get to the impact behind there, so we'll just do this. It probably will come loose. Looky there, it's already loose. So this truck is amazing because being a Missouri truck, it is not all rusty and crusty. So we put the hitch on this summer, and you have to take the back bumper off, some of the bolts out of the way to do that. It was amazing how easy it was. Pretty cool. So let's get the bumper off. I took my truck over to my friend's house and we heated it up with the torches and got this bent back here so that we can get the bumper put on. That was bent, so it's in fairly straight shape now compared to what it was. We may have to shim the bumper just a little bit in front right here so that when I put the bolts through, maybe it pushes the bumper out a little bit more. Okay, it's a couple days later. We waited for it to get a little bit warmer out and the wind to die down. It's beautiful today. We're going to be putting the header panel on the truck. This is my header panel that came off the truck, and that'll go back up here. We're going to do that first because I think everything else will need to be able to be lined up. So I don't want to go and stick the bumper on and then have that in the way while I'm trying to get everything. We'll do this first, then we'll put the bumper on so we can get it lined up. All right, I want to show you where these bolts are. We have one here, two, down here, right here is three. And you actually have to, I have old school tools here. They have an entry point here that we looked at earlier. You put right through here. And you're able to get in there to that. I believe this is an 8mm. Yep, 8mm bolt. And then underneath here, you have to go through to get the fourth one. Right there. Then we have two up here that are in the center. So you have to come from the side. So there's 5, there's 6. Then we go over to the other side, and it's identical over here. You go through right here, underneath here, over here, and over here, and that makes 10 8mm bolts, and they look like this little thing. So they're a typical body style bolt. All right, this is my son Chris. We got the header panel on, and we're gonna put the bumper on now. What are you gonna be doing there, Chris?
All right, so I'm gonna use this 7/8 socket for these 4 bolts here that are on the bumper. That's what puts on the whole bumper. I'm using this to tighten it down, and then we'll be using this ratchet here with a
21mm.
21mm socket to tighten things down, really snug it down.
All right, well, we got the bumper on here. You can see this is the dent that I have. There was one dent in the bumper already. I decided to just go ahead and use this bumper for right now. Let me show you what we did. It took us a little bit to get this in alignment because my bumper bracket on this side got bent. We bent it back quite a lot. We had to do some shimming. Okay, so here is the bolt right here, and I added 2 shims, a washer and another piece of metal behind here. And then in the lower one, I added 1. This side over here has nothing. We took the fender loose right here because it was tweaked pretty good, and which means this back part, which is part of this, underneath here was pushed back a little bit. So I shimmed that back out, and that all looks decent. We're able to push the bumper over a little bit and get it lined back up. So I think we're good to go. I'm gonna bring the grill up and just test fit it, make sure that we get everything lined up, that it looks correct. Well, here it is. We're finishing things up right now. I'll be pulling back apart some of this. I wanted to get it together to see how things lined up. The grill still needs to be painted, and we're gonna have to do some more adjusting here with the bumper and so on. This side looks pretty good, though we think the bumper still needs to go over that direction and some tweaking over here. But the body lines are pretty close. There is some stuff right here that isn't perfect underneath, but it is gonna be drivable for right now. I'll need to get a couple more shims, finish painting the grill. But yeah, pretty excited. And there we have it. If it wasn't multicolored enough already, we'll get that taken care of though. And I think I'm gonna look for a few more replacement parts for it. Right. One of the last things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attempt to use this Headlight Restore by Turtle Wax. We'll see how it does. I know I'm gonna have to buy at least 1 turn signal lens. The extra one I had has a crack in it, so it's not gonna stay good for very long. But I may end up buying all new headlights here before it's all through, but for right now I'm gonna use the Restorer, see how it goes.